Hi, I'm Tim Kilzer. I'm one of the business developers here at Tucker Advisors. What I'm here to talk to you today about is a simple method for improving your sales. Most clients want to know 4 basic things when they come in and see us. Number 1 is, do I have enough assets to be able to retire? Number 2, do the assets that I have, will it support the lifestyle that I'm accustomed to? Number 3, will those assets last my entire lifetime? And finally, number 4, at the end, how much of my assets will be remaining for my heirs? So, on most financial plans that people build, if they use a program like we do called SIPs, or their own spreadsheet or whatever, will basically have those 4 pieces of information on it. So my recommendation is, during the first appointment, make sure that you've discovered that information, that you have that information. At the beginning of the second interview, review that with your clients. Mr. and Mrs. Client, when we first met, you told me that your highest priorities were to retire in comfort, leave money for your children, and that you needed X amount of dollars to be able to do that with. May I share with you the plan that I've put together for you? Simply point out those 4 pieces of information. Mr. and Mrs. Client, you're bringing $500,000 to the table. That's how much assets you have, and you told me that you needed $50,000 a year to live on. Then after that, go down to the bottom of that income column and to be able to show them exactly how much money that they've taken out over the number of years that you've got. Let's just say it's 30 years. So over 30 years, you've taken $1.5 million of income off of that. Finally, go down to the bottom of the assets column, and at the end of those 32 years, you still have $670,000 or whatever the number is of assets left. At that point, pause. So you point out those 4 numbers, and at that point, pause and just say, Mr. and Mrs. Client, is there anything you don't like about that plan? Pause at that moment. Don't say anything and wait for them to respond. They will either come back with a question, or you'll be surprised how often they come back with, I like the plan, at which time you can propose a close and you can ask them, is there anything to stop you from doing this plan right now? I've taught this method to several of my advisors, and they have come back with reports of how effective, how simple it is, and how much easier it is to be able to talk to their clients about this. Try it your next appointment. I'm sure that you'll come back with results that are better than you expect.